Yay. Alaska videos na the man no first one no afia pokuya de so hu. Yes, afia pokuya wo gabi no mo yi wo no ma na yi. Ah, na so Jehovah Witness ni. Menim da. O de yentie God asarbedi akonom. We untumi me bo a. Yentie asem maka fa afia pokuya ho. Movement TV.
So yes, me ya almost say na afia pokuya vim lady. And now walk say MPP for ba no o ma am one central for media guys o mo support wo mo and afia pokuya bo mi di wo sese kwampo. O say ma me.
O de ma kakra. Bi wo 6000.
Oh, ampa na afia de na afia. But see akafia kaka ho vim lady kaka ho ya na kasem no. See,
ono
say ono vim lady no so that na me so ye pipi ya ye committees ai me na committees bia ko bia am ya ko gabi
ho no ma kakra
bonya kudira yetimi ko ho ya ko didi ni anom
ebia no hwenum so benya appointment awanya
but me say na wanya kan here tie say me nya afia no wo do anya say me vim lady say me say ya do ma MPP pa me so me nya hwe e ye de na obo god ndi obo kwabra kwa obo katechi na wo de obo katechi pipa na mo Udin say, "What make a lady? My dear John MPP. Me so ya mfi me. Naka esi. Eti afia we dem misrawo. Wo de suma wo ho.
I will suma. Jerusalem ma suma mo ho ne mo ma.
But at least afia podo so won to aba. When you witness.
Jehovah Witness.
Ba me dem me to aba.
Oh, that one they can ya man ho asma no agye mo no.
Oh, no, no, she send the way yetimi.
Ayo hio.
Oh, that.
Me sen ka ye hemra. Oh pa. And so obi a want trouble bi o ka ba to asma o ka bi because uchi koko a wudi ni ma say aba no wo ye koto a wo so ntu bi enti ye ka ba to ho asma
me pa cho asem ni fie se bi ga se bi abokode e
bokora so e
nyame adom afia pokuya oye Jehovah Witness
on the ministry Jehovah Witness
I see enti MPP time no na omko meetings gabi fie
secret meeting no from abo amakoko to da ho
oh I see
we dey wo mo wie girl no
gabi show mo musika din gabi fie
oh so ka so
ba no be sijo mama so
ka so mu didi no mu a my how because Jehovah Witness am so mo kro mu nhyere nchiri hard
okay but I want to have me kakra
I invite didi no
no na nya didi no no
na infa
obi on to abade e we dan ye political show
aso your voice
say
oh kwasi Mike ekuta we say so
me to aba
eno ho for Mike no fa abato no constituency ni to
because me
ka Mike no
me ye dede nyina wie ne yakoto aba no man to bia na me kwada mbai
oh unu say wo shape minds eti asa wasma be kan na manfo be gina so boachese ana fo pokua kra kan eno no kro kan
eti wo de emfa ne say ade no yakoto ama na pai na wo brare be to na titim ne nya leader eno so e
no ene de hondo enya na sheda enya na asem
but to be come ani mu asem
David wo be kan
on to aba but wo be come ani mu asem na ti o hemra ma hwan de kobu o man because on to aba
enti wo peto kire say Jehovah Witness omunya aba adwuma ana
no men can say ebinum ya ba adwuma
very good
yeah
so owo akonya so obetima ya aba adwuma no ko ade obetima kan man mu asem a won to aba
that be otie decision making no they do one mo na ba bia penalty no be born now so nya yidi a ene ka one enkoto aba no ba bedi ho
enti sadi ba wo so kasa abusuakuo bi ho a abusuakuo na wo so mfo mo ho adwene say we say bad decision a on man me take decision take decision so what you say but because of some voice no anahwe ba fie a so no mko didi omu wo say ye ko gabi fie ko gisika to da ko didi nom
etiefe ko didi mahama ya setama light gina so ECG but the light no ye dum na ejo mahama na ye
say
double standard men so no
say no say ba bia
ye dum light dia ayaban ba ye so light ni ECG ye damase
unum say de make no usafi boko on to aba san grofo we na rutu grofo tirimu say yedum kane a eye president na aye
enam yedum kane
but ma akufo adoba aye dey yedum kane a ECG
abusa for e dey animo tape me da ho na dwia na tape yi me copy so hey ana na dey tag me
Arabi da we na na tag
ma men dey na tag me no
wadan fo dey na tag
ma men dey na
o si em kofie
Mama dey say. Mama cha get a crowd German minister.
Oma me ra ho.
Ma wo ho.
Edi mama awu am be ko mi kro my punishment.
O say o pacho. Mo fan channel. We dey stand with there.
I go say ajaba be.
We dey. O say anofo.
Bra we a politician. Bra we a politician. Politician aka asema pa acha.
Mo fan channel. Nyo no mo fan channel.
Hey bra ba bia wo gina yo.
Unse me mamia ne da. Unim say mamia ne da. Me fancy obi anim say original minister mamia ne da. And me mia ne me apam. Me mia ne time na say me mia no. Me mia ne so oye the writing. But we dey mo fan channel me pamacho. Mo fan channel why? Mo fan channel.
Unim ma say wo mtiri. Hwe?
Fan channel ground kukrum masajai.
No. Mem David o ma lo re ho mo say eti ma mi awu am be ko mi kuro bi ya punishment ala.
O ko si o ma me oboga. Who come 40 years. And Chobina 40 years. Walk what was a 4 pay.
I know great. Oh, Minister.
Minister, yeah. Oh, yeah, you man, but
the president couldn't go my punishment.
I don't know, couldn't crew.
President couldn't go my punishment.
I don't know, couldn't crew. Like, oh, good crew. Okay, eto my bed 10 minutes per year. Na abidwa for transit. Tie tape we say mame. My bossy baby 11 minutes. Me need time for this guy. But me person me expose ABCC here. Meba.
Madam Vice President, Her Excellency, Professor Jena Nopokwajiman says there's something they are letting her do that is really worrying me, viewers. It's worrying me. I'm so sad. I think that there's a desperation to show her on camera. And there's a desperation to show that she is doing something. So the trend these days is that the news will pick a story and say, Professor Jena Nopokwajiman is going to visit somebody. I've never seen this in the Fourth Republic. I've covered everything in the Fourth Republic. I've never seen this before. I've covered all the vice president. I've never seen this before. A vice president moves from the office of the president where she stays, and then she's going to visit minister and goes to sit in a minister's conference room and say, give me what? She went to visit Minister for Roads. The next week, Fourth Estate issued a statement that Minister for Roads is up to some serious breaches of procurement law. She didn't see that one. She didn't see that some of the companies that had been awarded big push had 1 employee and 2 employees from their Senate documents. She didn't see that one. So what's the purpose of her visit? Check this. Professor Jena Nopokwajiman has toured the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, reaffirming President Mohammed's commitment to expanding treatment and interventions for non-communicable diseases under the Mahama Care Initiative, including strengthening digital systems and the rollout of specialized cardiology centers nationwide. This is the visit. This is a photograph of the visit. 0.5. She took her staff out of the Jubilee House. I'll show you the cars that they were riding in. She asked the Minister for Health to leave the Health Ministry and come. This is Samuel Ofusompo for her staff. This is Alex Segbefia, who is her staff. This is the CEO of the Mahama Care Trust, Obobia. And Professor Jena Nopokwajiman went there to go and listen to, I don't know what it is. I don't know how she can summon Obobia to come to the Jubilee House and explain to her anything she needs to understand, that she has to physically go there. And she's going to places and nothing happens when she goes. The information that she got when she went there, she can't be told. She's wasting taxpayers, but I'll show you that she spends more money doing that. This is 16 January. Vice President Jena Nopokwajiman arrives at the Transport Ministry to hold crucial discussions with the sector minister to find ways of tackling the transport crisis. And that meeting must be held at the minister's place. And the vice president, who is a high-profile person, moves with a lot of security, and they all have to move, spend your petrol, my petrol and your petrol. They spend, you see, public officials don't look after themselves. So they have to exercise a lot of prudence in how they move about, how they travel, how they do all that, because they do not look after themselves. They don't buy their own travel tickets. They don't buy their own petrol. And that is fair. We understand. It is called the perquisites of their office. We understand it. The perquisites of their office, they can have it. But you can't misuse it. And I dare say that the vice president's consistent visiting to public officials is a misuse of the public fund. Complete misuse of it. How can't a vice president summon somebody to come to her office and talk, and then she's visiting people? What's the meaning of that? I mean, why? Obey you, Ghana. So this is January 16. Let me show you another one. Vice President Professor Jena Opoku-Agyeman visits Ministry of Youth and Development Empowerment to engage stakeholders on ongoing initiatives aimed at empowering Ghanaian youth. Oh, what is that? Then this one. Vice President Jena Opoku-Agyeman arrives at Ministry of Works and Housing to continue her working visit, engaging leadership on infrastructure delivery, housing development, and policy coordination. What is this? Then this one. VIP Jena Opoku-Agyeman meets Education Ministry. Big talks on reform and priorities. She went to meet Education Ministry. She couldn't resolve the problem between Haruna Idrisu and the Get Fund boss. For the Get Fund boss to say that I do not report to Haruna Idrisu, and there's so much tension between Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance, and she goes to start education. She does nothing about the most important issue, which is a tension between the wallet of the government held by the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Education. So what's the visit for? I mean, I'm making 2 points. First, the visit is unnecessary, and 2, it achieves nothing. It's just photograph opportunity. I understand that there's a desperation to have the vice president be seen to be doing something. Of course, behind her shadows is Dr. Bawumia, who was vice president to Akufo-Addo. Many people have said, many scholars have said, books have been written that in the Fourth Republic, Muhammadu Bawumia was the most effective vice president. I think she wants to compare with that. No problem, that's fine. She should think of an initiative. People say Bawumia was effective because he was able to create an initiative, which we are all doing. Interoperability. Today, I take my phone, I send mobile money on MTN, I send to you, Tigo, it will go. Before Bawumia, it didn't go. All the many aspects of digitalization. ECG. Look at how ECG has been digitalized so that you can sit in your house and buy your ECG meter. That's Bawumia's initiative. Did Bawumia visit?
Okay. Abranti from Paul Adomochere, or Metro TV, or a Central politician, or a former government appointee under Akufo-Addo. Now on a board chair at the Ghana airport. Now, near Tiani, sir, the MPP as a political party, at Transe, and now Oma can say John Mahama is not going again. And this representing a new candidate. It's not enough for Bawumia to be president. This is a shallow thinking of any individual. Obagenesa. MP before say, NDC the new candidate about 2028. It's our 2028 President Mahama and feature all the elections in the mono. And you think Bawumia be president. But omuchire say eniema ekoso no ABCD nye yen time ye ni say Ghana for afiyen ye the policy ABCD eba eti Bawumia be we no what say a new candidate against Bawumia na Bawumia elections pain and for that matter Bawumia ebe win 2028 elections no we the thinking of the MPP as a political party. Omo put together some bloggers, some journalists. They want to establish some radio stations in Ghana. They want to poach some presenters one more outside Greater Accra. One person do ba ebe Greater Accra hadom. See me adwuma fama Bawumia. Abrantia ba kwa. Sa boys two no mo kokomlebe no mo adwuma na ba. Omo adwuma no. One mo ko pochi takrade presenter bi. Set up no one murder. For the sake of set, me no be relationship with T. And watch my Juma and personal recruitment at the Boa MPP. And let me consider watching Yami Massam dear. But the point is that, according to Paul Adomochere, was it as a vice president at Tranakonyom every day? Now, Osodi I know a phone. Obo bi abra den na your office wo Ahmed Ibrahim bra den na your office wo Agboja bra den na your office wo me how ne say Addo vice president atuka na all pay visits to the various government institutions and agencies no eno no want tiase eno no so want tiase. Then FSA yeti hey. Nanka vice president and our president I pay visit to Radio Gold and I'll pay visit to any other institution. Wouldn't how it means, Anna. Say vice president sorry no on any delegation. Etu na mo call road ministry a. Wo ko chi obi sempo. Send pani entu and the whole man to kura mfa no. Watch vice president. Serve as motivation. There are programs out by El Rani. And the vice president cannot sit at her office, fold her arms, not yet do anybody kwadi. So no afraid bisa agboja ti say aduma no ye. How dem me how ntia no abesra me. No. This vice president academically obi ani MPP Portier, this vice president eba nguma suana braba ya ba obi ani MPP obi ani MPP former president Kufuor nko ma wadwuma ye no ono hia professor Jenano Pokwadjima no eden osalutu no. The vice president here also see no me say ne su nipa binit ne waye oni wiase obaye obi ani MPP mu obetimi ne ho atoto no eti Paul obi an kan kire o se menye wadwuma but ase yantwehwe obi ne mfam president me ya ene me tan Tama yenya transport ayi wo hanom a friend say nkrofo ko apia bonten ba car ni ho. The vice president eba metro mass head office hanom Kaneshi. It wasn't come ma. You see administration now president man and the vice air running no. All inclusive o. Enya homa so administration o. Enya ohene ete wonom a your friend say me ba sorry be chia me ni bio Akufo the confession bi asema ohene bi to oda your first former Greater Accra regional chairman regional minister ka che so kwa che ohene say won sorry ne ebo national anthem meanwhile no the back was antimampon ne ba jankroma ye ebo national anthem no Akufo do enchan ye ko ne ba jankroma ye ebo national anthem na ojaho aye ko Akufo do ahu the need catch a Quran say jense hu na wudie no then okay bibi about say Dr. Mahmoud Bamena di mobile money interoperability buy ye come mobile money interoperability na say one network across another network as any diskakotum and for instance MTN ya advert wa mebo it be me kita MTN see me if I want to send your friend is saying sika to a different networker. That's the interoperability waka ho asem. And boss, mobile money interoperability enye bomi na de bae. Mobile money interoperability enye Dr. Mahmoud Bomi na de bae. It's on record. Well, no Dr. Mahmoud Bomi aka say oba be to say na hihye de hodada. Eti men kon to efutro nkrofo ni anwumre aye fra adwuma ba in the name of Good Evening Ghana. Na what dia trach ran kwada ansa no makwakoda. Yenti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia about Santro na Paul Adomo kire etwa say na Bawumia effective or efficient or hwan or no digital digitalization tin Akufo de Bawumia ba. Ade wanu bibia na. Yenti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
interoperability, now how much did it cost? No, anybody saying?
Interoperability, let me tell you, there was a contract.
That contract order, okay.
To do the interoperability. And that contract was to be done for $1.2 billion.
$1.2 billion?
Yes, that was the contract that was being executed or supposed to be executed. But at the end of the day, we looked at it. I think it was very clear that there were certain conditions precedent that had not yet been satisfied. The Bank of Ghana terminated the contract. And instead of spending $1.2 billion to do mobile interoperability, we spent $4.5 million.
How come?
Because it was value for money.
Tape in here. Why in this tape? And about me, I got on mobile money interoperability. Was it? What we share on beto the contract. I assign you to say mobile money interoperability. The late Omani Buama time. That time no yeah. Communications minister. The late Dr. Edward Omani Buama, time no minister, and taking the vice president. It is a mobile money interoperability, no. It is the NDC government. Bamiana na can say you beto contract. 1.2 billion. As you said, that value no crano, I no crano. We don't even know. Say 1.2, no 4.2 million. And you can say Dr. Mahmoud Bamia and what did mobile money interoperability bar Ghana? It's an initiative for enough time for the president. I may say, and the late Dr. Edward Omani Buama under the watch as minister in charge of communication. A minister Sajuma. And your vice president Ejuma. ECG out editor credit. And your bomb and the buyer. ECG out editor credit. ECG for the designer of Apple. Editor credit. And your Dr. Mahmoud Bomia. Etino, way achievement. Then unim KPI Yakufado the my fan say. Bomia time of final as running mate. You don't even know. Economy kasi Dr. Mahmoud Bambia member emrame yeki o make your friend saying o ma run no because of say why Edmo Bank of Ghana pay no what the Ghana inflation rate could pay 54%. And as you speak Iran found to by inflation about 3.4. But last month na eda last 2 months no last month na da 3.2. We are talking about a vice president, a female vice president. Our economist. But under the watch as vice president, these are figures I recorded. These are figures I recorded. Etipo minim say what for own row. Say what no be ansana what question there. I don't even know. Ubetime touch obi in the NDC, but not the vice president. You can touch obi a waupe in the NDC, but not the vice president. Say about the projected Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. Professor General Opokwajiman, Equa Chair, Uncle will be more port to Chairman Grovobio. Men can some Professor General Opokwajiman, Kofa will be more Equa Chair port, Eman and Crofo. But a seer and Nakufa de Bamia, a seer. Jenim. Governor Potibus, a vice president, be a Okofan Croform of report. Hombasem. Jenim vice president be a one alcohol, but a bano, a year and sign this is 7 crop for budget. It was in billions. Eti, Paula de Mochre, me pacho, say, you always be actually with 2 mono. I found 3 more, boss. Sancrophonia must so tribia, boss. And coted you be a sing conum near maybe and Fancotra TV so, Sans and Quara air. It's mobile money interoperability, or the ball was of say, and it's Bobby president, no. Dr. Edward Omani Buama time as minister in charge of communications and a Sadian contract, no signing here. Bamia say, Omo beto contract and see assign for mobile money interoperability. Sambobium a honeymoon no tie. A hockey to mobile money to was say you beto contract no.
Interoperability. Now, how much did it cost? Now, anybody saying?
Interoperability. Let me tell you. There was a contract.
No contract order. Okay.
To do the interoperability.
And no. Was it there was a contract to do mobile money interoperability? Dr. Addo Omani Buama, not your vice president. There was a contract to do interoperability. This is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as vice president. One Peace FM, Kwame Savakana granted the interview. Is he? Peace FM la kios one. What you say? And some of us will not allow you, sir, or the yaman kwa share form say on a nam. Na the taxpayers' money. Otu Kroma Kufado, guarantee jet $18,000, £18,000 event saying $20,000 one hour. Utu be can be. One kasa koto Christmas tree. Thousands of cities. Ukraine probu unye. Who integrity? We don't have integrity. Eti near odeka eko baby no. Momotiano 4 coupon na mo chama mo guess. 4 coupon go 4 coupon now LP before appointed no mo chama mo guess. Eti vice president in Jubilee House. On can offer the sanction in them reform. Na on started and frefre webra was it that be I'll go to them. Me man Juma, I'm the vice president. I have to visit my appointees. And only a source of motivation if you don't know. Almost sure that bossy Yinana Kufado Bana as a Arabian king. Now I call him no Kwakofa, Cote d'Ivoire 4B, bodyguards 2B, Edinachi, Woman Dibankuoma, one body abu body be the laughter, Nanebo, and a Kosi Ghana say. And a Kosi Ghana say. Eddie Ball, if you want to project Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, your candidate for 2028 elections, project Bawumia because you have a platform. But sir, over denigrated the name and the office of the vice president. Now they are projecting Bawumia and it will not wash. And some of us will not allow your nonsense. Some of us will not allow that nonsense from who knows our platform. No, who platform is our platform. Allow the vice president under her watch and net inflation 3.4%. Bawumia 54. Bawumia 54%. Under Bawumia, uto diano pa unko jumamrani asa tumo. Stop that nonsense. Yanko commercial break mra.
Wenu maba. Ebe se yesi kasa. Si dinaya hata. Awodi mbieni. Anu tina wani ejija no yenya ho faso. Wonu sika ko se tuma bi mu so a unya ho faso. Because sika no emunye du. Na no ni adwuma kese ya ba be ye. Ya ba be tse no ni e bi yenya si dia emu odu na